Hello, my Cristian video. Today we're gonna take a look at Shadow Cresselia in the Open Great League. This Pokemon currently is available as a Team Go Rocket encounter from Giovanni, and yeah, today we're gonna take a look if this Pokemon is going to be better as the normal variant of this Pokemon. Also, we are not running the standard moveset, we're going to run Confusion, and also, if you enjoy this type of videos, those early showcases for new Pokemon, then feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Both is free, and both would support the channel quite a bit. And yeah, today we're going to take a look here at some Open Great League battles. Open Great League are currently not available, and so we're going to have some battles here against people from Twitter. Shouts to everyone who battled me, thanks so much for that, helps out quite a lot for content. And yeah, of course, basically everybody who battled me most likely knows I am running Cresselia, and that is usually the case for this video, so it might be a little bit harder for Cresselia in general to shine in those kind of battles, because you're going to encounter quite a lot of dark type Pokemon, which is always going to be the case when you encounter, like when you play something like a psychic type Pokemon, but it is what it is. Might also be all coincidence. But anyway, we're going to have a Greninja here, one of my favorite Pokemon, of course. Like to see this one, and so let's see what the opponent is going to have here. Still, we're going to have the Goodra, which you can try to farm down with Confusion. Why Confusion? Because Shadow Confusion is going to do quite a lot of damage, and I feel like this is kind of the way where maybe the Shadow variant of Cresselia is going to benefit the most, because Shadow bonus on a very hard-hitting fast move on a bulky Pokemon, which is not really ideal usually, it's going to be the best. You can see it all the time, and basically you want to have as much damage output as possible if you have the Shadow bonus on you. And as you're gonna see here already in this first battle, we can farm down basically everything. Next opponent, we're going to have a Wigglytuff in the lead. I don't really like Wigglytuff, but it is what it is. We still have to deal with it. They're going to swap on to the Poliwrath. Perfect matchup for our Cresselia to showcase the damage of Confusion. This is doing quite a bit. As they decide to go for the Ice Wind, we can actually take the hit, but we definitely have to go for another charge move in order to take the knockout against the opponent. This is going to be able to, of course, be enough against the opponent as well. As you're going to see, the Wigglytuff coming in. Also, Grass Knot, legacy move. Be careful, don't spend your charge TM on this move. Like, yes, need to be an elite charge TM to get this move, so yeah, definitely be careful with that. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for the body slam here against the opponent's Wigglytuff. This is going to be able to get them kinda low, but we are still forced to go for a shield here, and the shield is coming up, going to be a disarming voice. We have to see here that they don't have in the back a Pokemon that we can still beat, and it's going to be a Skarmory, and this is a nice move here for Mew. Mew has a wild charge, which is going to be super effective against the opponent. We can use a shield here, and we're going to outspeed them guaranteed, which is quite lovely. We're going to have now 2 wild charges stored, which is perfect, and both of them are going to be able to come through against the opponent. First one is gonna get the shield, second one is going to connect and gonna get them super low, hopefully low enough that we are going to be able to win the battle. So you can go for the full farm now. We still would be able to barely not reach another move, but Vigoroth is gonna be able to get to the body slam and win us this battle. Good game to the opponent. What a way there. Anyway, what I have to say as well about this team, I feel like a lot of the battles would have been a little bit better if I just didn't have Mew on the team. Mew is fun, Mew is cool, Mew is not bad at all, but of course Mew is not top meta right now, and like this team usually wouldn't, when I have the elite of Vigoroth, my say so is Sableye, and I feel like Sableye would have helped me out a little bit more just because of the extra bulk on this Pokemon. Sure, there are some matchups where, for example, just now against the Skarmory, it was definitely better to have a Mew over a Sableye. But generally speaking, I would not really recommend you to go for Mew either. But yeah, anyway, we want to take a look at the battle here. We're going to be able to farm down that Goodra with our Cresselia, having some energy. In comes Empoleon again, which is totally fine. But at this point, I just did not realize yet what was to come there in the back. Here's the thing. I actually showcased the opponent's team already on my channel, and if this is a hint enough for you to see what kind of team it is going to be, you would know it's going to be a Wigglytuff in the back, and honestly, please nerf Charm or buff Poison and Steel Niantic. I just don't really want to battle against Wigglytuff anymore. Like, Wigglytuff currently is on like every third team, and rightfully so. Like, this Pokemon is super overpowered in the current meta. Like, it is so strong. If you saw my video for the top 10 nerfs, where basically everybody kind of want to hate on me, Wigglytuff is going to win 31 matchups and only lose like 10 matchups or something in the 2-shield scenario on both sides 2 shields in the Open Great League, which is just ridiculous. Like, having a 75% win rate is not something that's supposed to be happening anywhere, because basically, if you think about it, Wigglytuff, unless you're going to run, I guess, against our Vigoroth there, is going to be able to beat nearly every single lead right now in the meta, which is mad, and here we're sadly going to lose as well. So, next opponent, let's see how this is going to go. We're going to have the Vigoroth against the Arctibax. Great lead for us. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for some counter damage that's coming in. We can try to go for another Body Slam here. Yes, Body Slam is not going to get the knockout. Well, Rockslide would be doing that, but they might be able to get to the... Actually, never mind. I think if you go for a Rockslide, there's no way for the opponent to actually get to an Avalanche. They need exactly one more fast move, so yeah, actually it would have been better to go for the Rock Slide. But they're going to have in the back a Lostheart. Shoutouts to you for the spice. I love when people are bringing a little bit of spice, because yeah, usually for those test battles, I'm not going to take it too serious either. We're going to have a Mew here, but yeah, basically... I always kind of like when you see like some Pokemon that you barely really see. Arctibax, of course, as well here. Skarmory, not so much, but still very cool team from the opponent. We're kind of forced to go for a bait here. Well, knowing that the opponent very likely gonna know that we're going to have that Cresselia in the back, we can go for the Rock Slide against the opponent to try to do a ton of damage, and we can get a ton of damage in here. And at this point, we can hope and wait that they go for the Brave Bird. If they go for a Brave Bird, we're in a very good spot, and they actually decided to do exactly this, which I feel like is kind of weird. Like, if I was Skarmory, my play would have been to just go for double Sky Attack, but apparently they just want to go for Sky Attack as well as the Brave Bird, which is just going to allow us to fully farm them down with Shadow Confusion damage of our Cresselia. Next opponent, Horrible Lead. We're going to swap out straight away into our Mew, and we're gonna get hard-walled again. And this could be a triple counter team, and then our Vigoroth has basically no play. Triple counter could be, again here, the Annihilate in the back. Annihilate would make a lot of sense as a triple counter team. Also a team that I maybe want to take a look at as well, but again, like, Great League is not available for the next week either, so it's going to be quite a while until we're going to have that. And I feel like as soon as they're going to have Great League available, we most likely going to have also, which is, I think, the same, actually no, it's a little bit later after Worlds, I think. No, it's actually before Worlds, just before Worlds. Basically, we're going to get access to very likely also some information for the new season, I would imagine. So I'm very likely going to make a lot of videos then towards this ball. Like, I cannot see a world where Niantic is not going to decide to announce the new season already during World Championship, because last time around for last season they announced it during an event. A lot of people like that kind of way of presenting the information a little bit earlier, which is also very important for the people that play Pokemon. So I think it's going to be something that's going to happen for Worlds, that we're going to have very likely the new season information for the Go Battle League. Maybe we're going to have lag fixed, who knows, that would be definitely the best thing they could do. Anyway, we're going to have Cresselia here against the Deoxys from the opponent, trying to go for the full farm down here. They can only go for the Psycho Boost, allowing us to get a ton of energy in. We have nearly 2 Grass Knot stored. The opponent is going to go ahead and go into their Annihilate, and yes, it is going to be a triple counter team. They actually sacrifice the wrong Pokemon there, which is kind of hilarious, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't help me at all. I don't think there was a way for me winning this battle. Like, I'm honestly sure that there would be no way of me winning this one, unless maybe if we would have been able to catch a Night Slash from that Annihilate. But yeah, it's definitely a good game there to the opponent. Next one, we're going to have a very neutral lead. We're going to have the Lantern against our Vigoroth in lead, which is usually a very, neutral matchup. Both of them have some play here, both of them just dishing out neutral damage along the way. There's not a single move that's resisted. But because we're running an ABB style line, I kind of want to see what the opponent has in the back and see if I can get out the answer for Psychic type Pokemon. But at the end of the day, I only get out the Superior, which is going to be able to hard wall our moveset. And so that's not very great. Like, honestly, that is not very great for us at all. But at least we can still try our best. We can still try to go ahead and go for a Wild Charge. Wild Charge is gonna get them kind of low, but yeah, now what am I gonna do next? I don't really know. I can go into my Vigoroth, and this is not going to be ideal. Frenzy Plant is gonna get shielded from the opponent, but I am basically forced to let the move go through at this point. Like, I cannot use 2 shields here, even though maybe it would have helped me out a little bit more. I'm not too sure. It is going to be, it's going to be a Gligar in the back here, which is going to be definitely solid for us, because look at the damage that we do with Confusion. But we're still going to be in a little bit of a tough spot. They're going to go for the Dig, which does make sense. They can go for another Dig afterwards as well still. I should be able to get both shields from the opponent, but then again, we have to hope that we can somehow knock out the opponent's Lantern. And honestly, maybe make a little bit of a mistake here. I'm not too sure. I feel like at this point, we are definitely having them very, very low already with that Gligar. I can go for the charge move here as well. And I just have to go for... Okay, I can actually let the move go through here. Let's see how that's going to go. The opponent decides to go for the Air Relay. It's going to knock me out. I can go ahead and try to go for the full farm down. doesn't really work out. We're going to go for the charge move here instead. Body Slam is coming through. This is going to be able to get them, of course, get the knockout there against them. But here we have to hope that this Body Slam is enough against the Lantern. And spoiler alert, it is not. And so the opponent is going to be able to take the KO here with another serve. Good game there. Well played by the opponent. Next opponent coming through, we're going to have a Cresselia in the lead. A very neutral lead for us. Our entire team has kind of neutral play against them. Like, even the Mew is going to be fine with Surf and the Shadow Claw. But we stay in for a little bit, take that awkward tail here from the opponent and go for a Body Slam. That Body Slam is going to chunk against that Cresselia. Cresselia also just kind of got announced to be in Pokemon Sleep. Are you playing Pokemon Sleep? Best game ever. Honestly, my favorite game. It's for Pokemon right now. Better than Pokemon Go. Way more exciting than Pokemon Go. Imagine sleeping and getting some Pokemon. It's lovely. Can't wait to have Cresselia in that game as well. Anyway, we're gonna have Cresselia out of this game here, knocking it out, and in comes a Golbat. And I'm like, yeah, that is going to be a little bit of a difficult one. While we have super effective coverage on literally every single Pokemon on our team, we're also going to have a double weakness against Ghost moves. And while, yeah, he's not a Ghost type, he's still a Shadow Ball. And so we were able to successfully catch a move here on our Mew, while the opponent successfully going to be able to catch a move on their Lickitung, which is fine for us. We're going to be able to hit them with a Surf. We can go for the Wild Charge against them as well here to try to get them a little bit lower. Luckily, we were still able to get this move off, and look at the damage output of Mew. Definitely fantastic there for sure, as we can now swap into our Cresselia. The opponent is going to go for the double Body Slam. I kind of just want to get rid of him a little bit. If I went into my Vigoroth, I would have used a shield. I would have needed to use a shield immediately, basically, which I didn't want to do. And so I'd rather take 2 Body Slams here, swap out now, have a ton of energy on all of my Pokemon. But sadly, the opponent actually is going to be able to win the CMPita here against me, which is a very important one, where I definitely have to win this one, which I didn't. And so, yeah, we are going to be in a little bit of a tough spot. They can go for the full farm down. Now it's come down if they can go for a Shadow Ball or not. And as they decide to go for a charge move, I'm fairly certain it's going to be a Shadow Ball, and it is. And so that's going to be a good game. Final battle for today, we're going to have a lovely lead here for Relegator against our Vigoroth. Vigoroth is going to be able to resist the fast move of the opponent. They still win the zero shield scenario though, so we have to be a little bit mindful of that. But what we can do is we can go for the full farm down after that one. So like, they're always going to win the CMP tie against us, of course, and so it is going to be a little bit of a trickier one. But as you can see, the opponent decides to go straight for another charge move here, which is fine. They are going to be able to get my shield with that, but we have a ton of energy on our Vigoroth, which is going to be quite important for the late game. In comes here Gligar. What we can do here is we can go for the Surf and try to force some shields from the opponent here. Doing some super effective damage would definitely hurt against a Gligar, especially from a Mew. Mew is not really known for the bulk, so it is a little bit of a squishier one for a little bit more attack rate. Anyway, we're going to be able to go for the Surf here. I'm gonna get the final shield, and they can now knock me out with a Dig, which is fine. It is okay. I should be able to go ahead and go down to my Cresselia. And I'm gonna try to do some cheeky play here by going for 2 Confusions and then swapping out and go for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide does 3 more damage compared to the Body Slam, so I decided to go for this one just to guarantee the knockout against the opponent. And they're going to have in the back the Bastion. Honestly, I should have mostly went for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide is just single resisted, but yeah, I decided to go ahead and go for double Body Slam against that opponent's Bastion, which is most likely the kind of similar way, so like I don't think it really mattered. And also here we're gonna now have to see on how our Cresselia is going to do against them. If we would have had Psycho Cut, we maybe would have been able to win this battle now, as I would have been able to get to my moves a little bit faster. But because I don't, it is going to be a little bit of a trickier one. As we're gonna go for the Crasnout, we're going to be able to get them kind of low. And this is going to be a very close matchup, but they sadly can still go for another Stone Edge. And with this, our Cresselia should go down here, and this is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Again, if you enjoyed this one, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you have not already, and I see you then. Bye bye.